Okay, now next point here is who are the participants in the m-commerce working. Okay, so again I'm repeating few things. Okay, in introduction to mobile commerce, that is, sorry, m-commerce or mobile commerce, what we have seen is the actual rulers or the actual participants are nothing but the user who is buying the product or service, then the seller who is selling the product, goods or services, and third one was the payment gateway, and last one was actual bankers or bank, sorry. So those are nothing but the actual rulers, okay, who are included in m-commerce system. So in short, if you're talking about m-payment system, the following are the participants in m-commerce working. Okay, so user is the user, in short, who is buying the product, services or goods and so on. Okay, then the merchant is nothing but the seller, in short. Now here, in short, the merchant can sell the product or services also. Now third one is payment gateways. Okay, so again, based on which kind of application is used by the user, so based on that type only or that category only, the payment gateways are used. Okay, so further we will see what are actual payment gateways. Okay, as in previous session also I have told you that there are basically different types of applications also, like some application, that is especially m-commerce related applications, like some application some applications are based on financial transactions only. Okay, some applications are related to the merchants directly, and some applications are related to the banking sites directly. Very simple example, if you have considered the Flipkart application, its behavior is different. If you considered the phone pay application, its behavior is different. And if you directly considered the any banking application like HDFC application or SBI's personal banking application, its behavior is different. And even though three of them, if you try to categorize the Flipkart application, the SBI's application, and the phone pay application, then obviously those behaves in different manner if you try to use them also for making financial transaction. Okay, so basically payment gateways based applications are different, and actual payment gateways are different. Okay, very simple example, if you consider the payment gateways based application is nothing but Paytm and PhonePe, and the payment gateways are BillDesk or Take Process and so on, through which you need to make your online transaction or financial transactions. So here third one is the bank. So in short, the bank is actual user, not user, actual participant or actor within this m-commerce system. And last one is I have mentioned here as sometimes third parties can act as some kind of m-commerce participant also. So further we will see in more depth which kind of some third parties users or third parties participants are included in this m-commerce architecture. Okay, so just try to remember the participants. Okay, because based on participants the applications are developed and applications used also, and based on the which kind of financial transaction is to be done, so based on the type of transaction only the respective users are selected, and they do their job while completion of a financial transaction. Okay, next thing is the requirements required to use m-commerce. So in short, the requirements are as follows. Okay, very simple thing, obviously. First of all, the the user should have its m-commerce application, or sometimes web-based applications also can be supported to make financial transaction using m-commerce system. Okay, next thing is the user's nationality should be verified by the bank. See, actually, this norm comes under, or these rules, regulations, and some acts comes under the banking sector. If the user wish to use or create bank account, then so many things has to be verified from his end. So this is one kind of minimum requirement the user should satisfy, a user should fulfill. And obviously, to make m-commerce, to use m-commerce application and to make financial transactions through m-commerce application, this is a very important thing, that the user should have bank account. Okay, so this is one kind of requirement which is mentioned in this point. Next one is the once the user has created his bank account, then user should have or user should have enabled the online services of that particular bank account. Okay, so it's not like once the user has created the bank account within a particular bank, and then automatically its online service will be accessed, or the user will be able to use the online offered services by that particular bank. So it's necessary to activate the online services also, then only the user can use the m-commerce based application. Next thing is, user should have some kind of verified account details. It might be email, or it might be the verified mobile number also. Obviously, nowadays everybody is known to this thing, that the mobile number should be registered within the the registered mobile number should be used while making online transaction and so on. Like in our country, the KYC should be fulfilled, without which the user will not be able to use the banking based services and so on. Okay, so this is and one more requirement is mentioned, it as verified user account under merchant services. Okay, now here this is a very simple case, like if you wish to buy something from any m-commerce based site or through any m-commerce application, obviously first of all that user should create the user account, and through that account only the user will be able to buy or purchase some product or goods through m-commerce application. Okay, so basically same thing is mentioned here also, that is merchant services access. Okay, that is to use to access any services or to buy some product or goods from then those comes under merchant services. Then user should first of all create his account or her account within that merchant site itself through that application, and then user should log into that particular site or merchant site through which the user can access the merchant services. After that only user will be able to buy anything. Okay, so this is a very simple thing, and you can easily understand what is the meaning behind it. And obviously the user should be registered within the bank services to access or to use offered online services. So this is meaning behind it. So basically those are the minimum requirement through which user will be able to use or access or buy goods or purchase goods or products from or services from a particular merchants site or merchants market, in short, through m-commerce application. So I hope you have understood. Okay, so till now we have just only seen the basics, that is what is m-commerce, who are the actual participants within m-commerce working, that is in short mobile payment system or m-commerce you can consider. Also we have already seen the types of m-commerce applications. Okay, that is what is m-commerce application also we already learned, and we have already seen what are the actual participants within this m-commerce working. Okay, and what is the role of this each individual participant also we already learned. Okay, then we have seen what are the minimum requirements to use m-commerce application. So I hope you understood the basics related to the m-commerce and what is m-commerce and so on. Okay, so this is what is introduction to m-commerce and what is mobile m-commerce application. And don't get confused, okay, because the theory related to the m-commerce and theory related to the mobile payment system is same. Okay, even though in some references some working diagrams are given, that is what is m-commerce is defined in different way and what is mobile payment system is different in described in different way, but this architecture related to the mobile payment system or m-commerce, even though if you try to explain the single answer, even though it will be considered as accurate answer, don't worry about it. So you don't need to again worry about it, that is what is m-commerce, whether m-commerce is different one or mobile payment system is different one. So basically m-commerce is just a basic definition behind what is mobile payment system. And see what is actual difference is, if you try to look at its working further, then you will understand it. But right now through m-commerce, okay, if you are buying some product or if you are buying some good or if you are buying some services, then the term comes as a mobile payment system. Okay, if you are just only through searching something through your mobile application, like it might be product, good or any services through a mobile application, so even though this can be also considered as one kind of example to describe what is m-commerce is, because through Flipkart mobile application, if you are searching some product or good, or if you are searching some services through Airtel's mobile application, okay, so this is nothing but the example for m-commerce. And if you are buying actual good or product, that is if you proceed to make payment, then how does it relocates to your account, to the banking site or mobile payment gateways and so on. So there are little bit they may have some different meaning, but don't get confused. Further we will try to complete the actual meaning behind them. Okay, so this is introduction to m-commerce. So in next lecture we will see what is m-commerce application, that is how does it works through different types of transaction routes, and how does the routes are defined based on which kind of application is being used by the user. And it's architecture, very interesting architecture this one. I'll try to consider very real-time examples with this architecture. So don't try to miss my next lecture, just try to listen at least and just try to go through the slides provided also. And further we will try to complete with what is m-commerce application architecture, that is how does it works in accurate way, that is how does it works in actual way. Okay, we will try to consider some real-time example also. And how does the participant plays a role while completion or while doing this m-commerce transaction or financial transaction using m-commerce application. Okay, and then we will try to see same thing again, the mentioned steps in its architecture. Thank you.